Hello! Captain's a
all sports fans! Welcome to the Abertay changing room!
We're live on started off with played group stages. We won our first two games fairly convincingly. They were fairly easy games, and then the last game of the group stages was St Andrews, who were due to play in the final. It was a very close game, end to end hockey.
In our pool stages of the cup, our last game was at home to our cup final opponent, St Andrews. The game we started with a weaker team in the first half, and this was due to other players having club training that night. These boys came after their club training and joined in at half time. We were 4-1 down at half time.
They had the better of it in the first half due to us. We had some players missing who couldn't come till half time. When these players did come, we were down at half time. When these players came, we managed to fight our way back.
Me and Gab Byes had turned up very late and came on within the last 15 minutes and helped to bring it back to 5-5.
We got back to 5-all in the last couple of minutes, and we were just very unlucky because we'd taken the keeper out. They basically did a long flick up the pitch and just scored with pretty much the last hit of the game.
When we didn't have a keeper, they broke up the other end and scored a goal, which meant they won the pool, and they were in one side of the draw. We went into the other side of the draw as a runner-up, and it's actually probably worked in our favour because St Andrews have been given away ties in the quarterfinals and semi-finals, and we've had home ties, so home ties is always an advantage.
When we came through the group stages, we then played Aberdeen Uni, that was at Dawson.
We played Aberdeen in the quarter-final of our cup run, and they gave us a good game. They're in the second division, so we'll be playing against them next year in our league, having been promoted this year.
A game for me that really stands out is the quarter-final against Aberdeen Uni, who are a really strong team. They play National League hockey. You know, they've got five or six teams and a whole load of players to choose from.
We started very well in that game. In the first sort of 15-20 minutes, we very much outplayed them. I think we were 4 up, and we just had a sort of 10 minutes where everyone kind of switched off. I think everyone got a bit carried away with how well we were playing, relaxed a little, and they scored 3 goals in quick succession. Luckily for us, we didn't crumble. We managed to keep together as a team. We reorganised and scored another couple of goals and held out the game.
And then when we were able to close out the game, thanks to our massive support, thanks to the girls for coming down and supporting on.
And I know personally some of them anyway. There's a couple of players I know for Aberdeen, and one of my best friends from back home goes there. Obviously he wasn't in the squad that day, but for them to come down and for us to beat them 6-4, it really was something special.
We moved on to the semi-finals to play against Edinburgh 4th team. The 4th, we sort of underestimated the strength of a 4th team.
The next round we played Edinburgh Fours. Although on paper they're a fourth team, they're in the league below us. It was a very close game. Edinburgh, whatever team you play, they're always very well drilled, they train a lot, they know what they're doing. It also kind of shows how, sort of, although the leagues, the uni games can be up and down, it just depends on how the teams play on the day.
They were well formationed, they were disciplined in their tackling, gave us plenty to worry about, and had it not been for Grant McEnroy making some excellent saves and keeping a clean sheet that day, the 2-0 scoreline could have been easily reversed.
We won that game 2-0 eventually. Some very good performances. Grant kept us in the game for a good few times. He kept us in the game with great saves.
By them, the goals that on the semi-final came from Ollie James and Duncan Riddle.
It was end-to-end stuff. Another day it could have went another way, but we played very well, and yeah.
We've got the cup final coming up this Wednesday. It's a massive match. If we win, we claim the treble, and I think every single one of us is just buzzing already for it. I know for a fact I am. The rest of the boys can't wait. It's going to be a very tough match. We know that. It's going to be very tough. St Andrews have beaten us once already this season in a very close game. But again, we were missing a few boys that day. We didn't have a full squad. So, you know, we have our full squad on Wednesday. Anything can happen, and the belief within the boys is that we can win.
So this final is going to be very close, I reckon, but I reckon we've got the squad to do it.
I think it's going to be a key battle because St Andrews, as we know, are a very good team. They play National League hockey as well outside uni time. And I think the main battles are going to be if our defence can stay very strong.
We've managed to get a support along to the quarter-final, the semi-final, and we're going to have a massive support for the final to cheer us on to hopefully win a treble and the trophy to take home this year.
Yeah, you know, it's been a fantastic season, definitely. From compared to last season, you know, when we didn't really have much depth in the team, and last season we still got a couple of cracking results. I mean, away to Napier, we won that game, and that really was incredible because their team last year was something special.
We've sort of built on from last year. Last year we did okay. I think we finished second. It was a decent season. Wasn't spectacular, but we've built on from that this year. A lot of that's been down to Gavin Cruikshanks. He's sort of came in. He's now president of the club. He's set up, got it more set in like proper functions. Got everyone involved.
Over the course of the semesters in this season, we have had a very good team, and this has been helped by some internationalists being in Dundee and coming to Abertay to study.
And then to have the amount of freshers that we had come in this year who were all, you know, of a decent standard, knew what they were doing, and it's just really put the depth in the team, and it shows. I mean, the season we've had so far has really been incredible. I think we've only lost twice this season, and you know, even those games in themselves, you know, it's our own fault. We really shouldn't have lost them.
This year's league campaign has been very good for us as well. We managed to tie up the league fairly early, February time.
So we won the league quite comfortably in the end. We did it with 2 games to spare. We then went on and won Varsity, so that was a double. And with our cup run that we've had all home games in the knockout stages, which has really helped us because of player availability has been reduced if we've gone away this year. So having the knockout stages of the cup all at home and then the final being in Dundee as well, it's been a massive chance for us to reach the final, and it looks like that we could be on for a treble.
In terms of the team this year, although everyone has been very good, it's been a great work ethic, everyone's got on well, played well together, really gelled. There are a few players who I think need special mention. that have really sort of progressed us as a team. Grant has been outstanding for most of the season in the goal. There's a couple of games where he's kept us in it when we've been struggling. Unfortunately, he can't play the final, which I think he's very upset about. But we're going to go on and try and win it for him. He basically wants a medal.
One of the key players this year, and probably one of the best players that is in the league, Ollie James, he's not missed a game, and when he's been off the pitch for a rest or whatever, the team have noticed the difference when he isn't on the ball or he isn't there to link the defence to the forwards in his left midfield role.
I think team-wise, the chemistry this season has really been something special, and I think that's played a key factor in our success. I mean, last season, the chemistry was there, but we weren't winning as many games last season. As I said before, the depth of the squad wasn't there. But this year, with everyone coming in, and we've been winning game after game and getting to the stage we're at right now by getting to the cup final, and winning Varsity, winning the league with a chance to win the treble. The chemistry at the moment is just incredible, and I've never played in a team where the spirit's so high and everyone wants to play for each other. Everyone wants to do well. There's just no bad feeling in the team at all. Like, if someone makes a mistake, no one's going to go off on. Maybe Grant in goals, that St Andrews game, maybe the only time anyone's ever had a bit of anger towards a player. But even then, in the long run, if you look at it, that enabled us to draw Aberdeen at home as opposed to being away from home. And for me personally, I think you can't hold any grudges.
I've been at Abertay for 5 years now. The Varsity has also been on for 5 years. Usually Dundee Uni are very well. They've got a lot more money, a lot more students for sport, and they've dominated the Varsities each year I've played.
The biggest date this year in the calendar, as always for Abertay, is the annual rivalry that is against Dundee University and their masses of sports teams. Abertay always start as underdogs. However, this year, following our excellent season in the league and Dundee stuttering a bit in semester 2, Abertay have went into the game almost level playing field with Dundee, having all the internationals playing for us and Dundee missing a few players also.
This year, however, is the first time we've had a squad that's really been on a par with their squad. It was a difficult game end to end, but it's probably one of the best performances by us of the season. Dundee Uni Hockey, their firsts are in Division 1, the top division. They're always in the top 3 usually every season. This year, with the players we've both got in and the whole work ethic of the team in general, everyone working hard, improving, we've managed to not only keep the tempo and the play up for 70 minutes, we actually won the game 4-2. I'd say the score slightly flattered us. It was a very even game.
However, with a moment of madness from the Dundee keeper, with the game tied at 2-2 with 6 minutes to play, a moment of madness from him allowed us to win the game because he was sent off for abuse towards one of the umpires, resulting in Abertay winning 4-2.
Against Dundee Uni last Wednesday, Gavin Razor at centre back were so solid. They worked as a unit. They kept one of the top strikers in National League 1 basically in their back pocket, nullified him the whole game. And I think if they can do that again, it goes a long way to winning.
Even the Dundee Uni players said they were both surprised and very impressed by our team. They commented that we were one of the best teams they've played all year, which coming from a first division team is quite a compliment.
I mean, you've got to look back at key games we've had this season, and that goes a long way to seeing how we've been so successful this season. If you look back to, one of these games we lost and one of them we won. The one that we went up and took the victory was against RGU up in Aberdeen, and that day, our bus was an hour late. But the squad we took up that day was really depleted. We were missing about 6 key players, 6 starting players. We took boys that hadn't been playing much, boys that hadn't really trained much either.
A good day for Abertay Hockey Club was when we went up to Aberdeen and beat RGU 2-1. Mainly because our bus was an hour late. We didn't have a change room and we got there. My warm-up consisted of like 2 minutes of running and then still being able to go out and win, and just made it all a bit happier at the end of the day and had a nice wee steam on the bus back.
And then we had an away game where we struggled for our boys, but we managed to get 11 together, and I think the work ethic of the boys in that game was probably one of the main things that won us the league this year. We went up with 11 boys, not our strongest team by far, and we had to play boys out of position. We had to all work as a team together, and I think the result of that game, because boys were made to work for a result, they wanted to win it, and they wanted to win a lot more than anything else.
It was one of those days that you look at the team, you look at what's happened, and you think, yeah, we can go far.
That then led to a couple of other home games where it's been quite tight against the stronger teams such as Stirling in the Cup and Edinburgh in the league. The games were tight until half time. We got together at half time and said, right, we need to work harder, take our chances more, and we've ended up winning these games quite comfortably.
Being in this position to possibly win a treble is outstanding for the team. I don't know of any other Abertay teams that have ever been in this position. We're only 1 game away from the treble. This is down to both the hard work of players who have returning players, and the players that we've got in. The team as a whole this season has just everyone's really gelled, really clicked. The work rate's been fantastic. Everyone works hard for each other. It's going to be an amazing year. It's been an amazing year regardless of the cup final. But the cup final will just be the icing on the cake for Abertay Hockey, and will hopefully spur us on next year for playing in League 2. This season we've beaten League 2 opposition. It will by no means be easy, but I reckon we've got a good base to push on from. Overall, from my point of view, captain's point of view of the season, it's been absolutely outstanding. This is my last year at university, and I could think of no better way than to finish on whether we win the cup final or not. It's just been a brilliant year. I've really enjoyed playing with the team, the players that we've got. Everyone's got on well, both on the pitch and socially. I'm so proud of all the players and what we've achieved. Moving on to next year, I won't be here, but I think we've got a good setup, good foundation of the team. Most of the players will still be here, and hopefully we can build on, get a few players in next year's class who can fit into the squad and take us on further in Division 2 and again cup competitions.
Players that are going to be leaving this year. There's not that many, to be honest. I think there's only really 2 or 3 players that are going to actually be leaving, full stop. Razor, our captain, he's going to be one of them, and that's going to be, that'll be a blow. Razor's been here for 6 years now, 5 years, and he's one of the solid backbone of the team. Great guy as well, so he'll be missed. I think another leaver is one Kyle Hatch. Kyle Hatch is the granddad of Abertay Hockey. He's been here, I think it's maybe 9 years now. 9 years of Abertay hockey, and in that time he's only ever scored 2 goals. Again, he's a great guy, and it'll be a shame to see him go. But you know, with these players leaving, you know, others will be coming in, and we really do hope that next year, as of September, we get a big influx of freshers again, like we did this year. And if we see the same as last year, if this happens again this year, then you know there's no reason why Abertay can't be successful in Division 2 next year, and then go on and get promoted once again. And I think also this season, what's been really special and a great thing to see is that the support we've had. I mean, post Christmas especially, we've had, you know, lots of people turning out to support us, lots of people cheering us on from the sideline, and I think again that's a really big boost, and it really cheers the people a lot, it cheers the players along. I know for a fact, for me, I enjoy it a lot, and it's really nice to see, and obviously the whole team are thankful for the people that turn up every week, and hopefully for this last game in the cup final on Wednesday, you know, we've got a big crowd again.